All right, it says we're live. It says we're live. I want to thank everyone who watches my videos. Getting real close to 4,000 subscribers, 3 million views. I'm not monetized. A lot of my videos have a lot to do with my present situation with housing as a disabled veteran. And I wanted to address something real quick. I saw a YouTube video of a house that I wanted to buy. I responded to it. I did not get to buy that house. That house was already taken. I dealt with a realtor from EXP Alliance Group, Orlando. The person is from Venezuela. I never met my realtor, and my realtor never came to my property. I lost $25K, but I'm getting ready to sell my house. But I just wanted to warn everybody again and again and again. You've got to stay away from EXP Alliance Group agents in Orlando. You have to. Don't watch their YouTube channels. Don't subscribe to their channels. Don't believe anything they say. There's at least 10 of them. There's 10 realtors from EXP Alliance Group, Orlando. They're all from Central and South America. They can barely speak English, and they're all scam artists, okay? The South American Mafia, the whole real estate group. They just got their real estate licenses a couple of years ago, and they found a way to make a quick buck, and they're all narcissistic, and they can do no wrong, and they don't have time. They don't have time for individual buyers. My realtor had too many things on her plate, and I can prove it. Her Instagram proves it. My realtor from EXP Alliance Group should be ashamed. She never came to the property, never put a key in the door and looked at the house. Doesn't even know what the house looked like. I walked in, it was trashed. You can't do that. You have to do a final walkthrough with the potential buyer. And if the buyer has misgivings, you can't talk the person out of not buying it. And you have to show the person other properties. My realtor never showed me any properties. My realtor never tried to help me get out of the deal. Just the opposite. My realtor never showed me any properties and was totally adamant about me buying this property. And that ain't right. Said I was too negative, too difficult to work with. That ain't right. I should have walked away from my realtor. Halloween Horror Story. She's a total narcissistic liar. She's a hypocrite. She promotes good, healthy eating on a Spanish health network, but she goes out and eats like a pig every night. Okay? She talks about how good of a deal she did for me when that's just the opposite. Doesn't do full disclosure, won't tell you where the addresses are and the name of the builders on her YouTube videos. Well, we got a lot of problems. You guys are asking, what's my thoughts on Trump? What's my thoughts on Kamala Harris? All I can say is the Persian Gulf War, 1990, 1991, has not officially legally ended. The United States is actively involved in the Persian Gulf War that has never ended in the Middle East. And Afghanistan, Iraq, Ukraine involvement, everything is an operation, a spin-off off the Ukraine war and or off of NATO. And the military-industrial complex has been making a lot of money, and the entire agenda has been an absolute military-industrial complex, agenda. So It doesn't matter who the president is. You can obviously see that President Clinton or Hillary Clinton wanted to become president in 2016, and she went out of her way to produce a Steele dossier that was full of some sort of accusations about Russian collusion hoax. Let's face it, there were some heavy-duty people on both sides of the government who are heavily invested in the military-industrial complex, who have been heavily doing some serious business in Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, Ukraine. Okay, there's been a lot of serious stuff going on in Ukraine with the Biden administration, and the Russian collusion hoax was a deflection. Hillary Clinton, Obama, Biden, deflecting their activities in Ukraine onto Trump is an absolute joke. And no one's going to be held accountable for that. So the Russian collusion hoax and the deflection of all the criminal activity in Ukraine and the convenience of us now destroying any possibility of any investigations in Ukraine due to the unvetted, endless, unaccountable support for Ukraine. The Russian collusion hoax is nothing more than Biden's Ukraine war causing irreversible climate change and death, and it's going to be $1 trillion, and there's nothing going to happen. What about Crimea that's already been taken? Half of Ukraine is destroyed and or occupied by Russia and all kinds of makeshift Ukraine forces. Who is Zelensky? Why is Zelensky the only person? Why aren't there free and clear elections going on in Ukraine? Why is Zelensky the only person at the forefront? Why is he going to Oscar ceremonies and being treated like a rock star? I got to question the whole thing. NATO, European Union, we should get rid of the European Union. They should disinvolve it. That never should have happened to begin with. I say get rid of the European Union. It's just another layer of government, another layer of elitists getting together and paying themselves through taxpayer funds and not-for-profits. Get rid of the European Union. What do you need it for? Get rid of the European Union. What NATO be? Why are we funding NATO? Why are we funding the European Union? Why are we funding the UN? Why doesn't America really matter anymore? Why can't we make America real again? It doesn't matter who's the president. Why can't we make America real again? Why can't we bring our agenda back home? Why can't we divest from NATO, European Union, Ukraine? Okay, why can't we? Why do we have to have this military-industrial complex worldwide? Why do we have to have the UN anymore? The European Union is a joke. The UN is a joke. NATO is a joke. It's all a joke. Let's face it. It's all about the United States government and their military. And we're the ones that either support the UN or not. We're the ones that support NATO or not. We're the ones that support the European Union or not. We're in charge of it, okay, at the end of the day. If we decide, kick the UN out of New York City, get rid of the UN, if we decide we're going to get out of NATO, if we decide we don't support the European Union anymore, guess what? They all go away, and we might have some peace talks. We might just actually have some peace in this world. Crazy stuff going on these days. But stay away from realtors that are trying to sell you homes in Orlando area, in Ocala area. Don't work with EXP agents. Stay away from them.